भारतीय पॅरानॉमाचे परीक्षक प्रियदर्शनी नायर आणि श्रीलेखा मुखर्जी आणि हेर वांगड्या वांगडा पत्रकार परिशदेंत फीचर फिल्म्स आणि नॉन फीचर फिल्म्सांची चर्चा जातली. तर आता आमी चर्चा पळोवया.
We have here Shri Priyadarshan Nair, who is the chairperson of the Features Film Section. Mr. Nair is a renowned film director, producer and scriptwriter. And over a career spanning almost 4 decades, he has directed over 90 films in Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu and Hindi. And over this period of 4 decades of his career, he has won several accolades, including the Padma Shri, the National Film Awards for Best Director and Producer for the film Kanchivaram, and several awards from the Kerala government. Welcome to you, sir. We then have Miss Shrilekha Mukherjee. She is the jury member of the feature film section. Miss Shrilekha is a Bengali actor and filmmaker. She has won the National Film Award for Best Actress for her performance in Parasuram Kuthar, a film which was made by late Nabyandu Chattopadhyay. She has been a member of the jury for the National Film Awards as well as for Indian Panorama of IFFI a couple of times. Welcome to you, ma'am. We have Shri Harish Bhimani, once again jury member of the feature film section. Shri Bhimani is India's foremost narrators, top line by Mahabharat's Mai Samay Hoon. Besides being a filmmaker, a writer, an actor and an anchor. He is the recipient of the National Film Award for Narration in 2016, as well as the HMV's Gold Disc Award and Asian Media Award, a unique distinction he received in the British Parliament. His writing oeuvre includes several documentaries, web series, serials, and many books, including a biography called In Search of Lata Mangeshkar. Welcome to you, sir. And now going to the non-features jury members. We have Mr. Vinod Ganatra. Once again, he is a member of the feature films jury. Mr. Ganatra has been active in film and television for last so many years and has edited and directed over 400 documentaries and newsreels. He has made 3 films for Children's Film Section of Children's Film Society, which has won him as many as 29 national and international awards, including the Lee Woolman Peace Prize in 2009 for his very famous film Harun Arun. He has served as jury for national and international film festivals, and he was the chairperson of the non-feature film jury for IFFI 2018. Welcome to you, sir. Ms. Aarti Shrivastava, she is a jury member of the non-features film section. She is a National Films Award winning documentary filmmaker. A documentary film called Foresting Life, which has won her the National Award in 2013. She has been a jury member on various film festivals, including IFFI, the Jaipur International Film Festival, IDPA Awards, etc. Welcome to you, ma'am. And finally, we have Mr. Ronald Haubum. He is also a jury member for the non-feature films. Mr. Ronald has produced and directed as many as 18 documentaries and short films, including the famous The Zillion Grongs. This is a film based on tribal culture, and this has won him a National Film Award in 2010. His other films include My Story, You and Me, Stories Retold. He has been a jury member for non-feature films for the 47th IFFI, that is in 2016. Currently, he is working on a 13-episode travelogue for DD Arun Prabha. Welcome to you, sir. And now, having introduced these eminent members of the jury of both the feature and the non-feature sections of the Indian Panorama, may I open the floor for questions from the press?
Every award I've seen for years kicks little dust of controversy, sometimes more, which always happens. I was very happy, so far so good. We did not go through much of it after our decision making on selecting the Panorama films. I think nobody's here to do it. So I just want to say we almost saw 314 movies, and it was a 30 days process for all of us. And if you ask me, out of that we were supposed to select around 20 movies for the Panorama. It was a very, frankly speaking, I thought it will be a very difficult task. But it was not as difficult as we thought, because I have to tell you something, being frank, to tomorrow's filmmakers. We found the films which is, most of the films, of course, whatever we selected are the best, and they have done some great job. But we have found almost 50% of the 314 films we saw is either, when it is good in content, it's bad in quality. When it's good in quality, it's bad in content. So we found a huge deterioration and the quality of realistic filmmakers now in India, of course. It is the opinion of the jury, definitely, because we are 12 people from 12 different states, and we all have different aesthetics, sense of appreciation, and social and economic environment. We all grew up in different environment. So, but somewhere, as a film, they were all experts in their own fields, and we could come to a conclusion about all the 20 films, and I believe those films are really deserving the selection.
And 2 films that have been chosen for the international from panel.
Yeah, that has been chosen not by us, it is chosen by another panel, which is out of our recommendation it has happened.
And Priyan sir, what do you need to do? Because you talked about content is good, the way this is shot not good. So what do you think could be the reason for?
Yeah, I can tell you very much, because mostly we found that it was during our days, all of us here, it was very difficult to get behind a camera, because you need to struggle a lot, get trained, be an assistant to a writer or maybe a director or an editor to become what you to really handle a film of your own. Today everyone carry one camera in their pocket, so in everyone's mind there is a film. So what is happening? They're all shooting making what they have it in mind. But I could see the training is missing behind those people. They have to go through a lot of field work is missing. If they do those field works, they can actually, I can see there's a lot of sparks in the youngsters. They can really come out with much better films.
Probably, as you rightly said, that whatever an enthusiast has in mind through the easy medium of digital, they try to bring out. But the middle portion, that is putting your thoughts on paper, seems to be missing. Because only when one does that, I have written some 8-9 scripts, several serials, and one realizes that when what you had in mind, when it goes through the sheaves of papers, because there are no less than 10 to 15 drafts before a script is finalized, everything changes. But one doesn't go through that process. It's a little akin to saying that today everybody is a photographer because every mobile is a camera. So taking up a career as a still photographer is no more attractive or no more prestigious. We thought that similar thing was happening. But those who have put a lot of thought, a lot of work, and where there is a good teamwork, we saw some extraordinary films. And those are reflected in the ones that are being showcased. more questions.
To the entire jury, you have to watch so many films. Does a sense of fatigue seep in, and if it does, how do you combat that?
See, basically, it's a very difficult target to watch 314 films. But you have to watch a film completely. So what we did is we divided the jury into 3, and each jury came out with around 20 films to 25 films. From that, the final down decision was made.
Sometimes we see that even a movie which has won the national award does not get selected in Indian panorama.
Yeah, it can happen only on generally it doesn't not happen because those automatically get selected, but it happens to commercial films. Because Indian panorama actually is designed for people who wants to make realistic movies, because commercial films have enough platform here. So this whole idea of Indian panorama is to see that those who wants to make some experimental films, this is the platform for them to have their exposure. So sometimes the films which won national award on best, the most popular film and all, we may not select on. There is a section called, what is the commercial section called? Mainstream, of course, it's there. So they can go to that section. Otherwise, see, basically, we take the absolutely democratic way approach, where definitely we are not biased about anything. But of course, definitely, I have to tell that we always think that, okay, these films, which will, many of these realistic approach films, I don't call it art, realistic, they're not getting enough encouragement by commercial theaters and all. So so they naturally they have to get a national, they have to get an exposure in the right places.
This year there was also a controversy about Konkani films not being selected in the Indian panorama. Could you just shed some light on why these films, what these films are missing, or why they were not selected?
See, basically, I'll tell you, there's nothing against anything. So we have to select 20 films. Those who have made better films actually stand a better chance to be in the selection. So because we can't ignore somebody's good work just to make sure that, okay, we are doing some kind of a sacrifice to include certain languages. Because we are basically, this is Indian cinema where we don't want to see, basically if you look at it, from the Karnataka section, generally they get a lot of exposure because it was, even in South films have been less compared to Bengali or Marathi films. So what has happened is we just looked at what is the most impressive work done. We never decided what language and what should be the kind of projection we should give to any certain languages, which is only given to few rare language films, because like tribal languages and all.
सर एक बात पूछना चाहता हूँ, मैं भोपाल से हूँ और हिंदी में लिखता हूँ। जो हमारे देश में जो सामाजिक स्थितियाँ हैं और सीन है, उसको देखकर ही फिल्मकार फिल्में बनाता है। पूरे देश का सिनेमा आपके पास आता है जब आप चयन करते हैं, तो आप क्या पाते हैं किस स्टेट में अच्छा फिल्मकार बहुत कमिटमेंट के साथ, बहुत रुचि के साथ कोई अपना सिनेमा बनाता है और आपके सामने रखता है? इसमें बहुत डिफिकल्टी बहुत आती होगी। एक जो 10, 20, 25 साल पहले जो भारतीय सिनेमा में जो रीजनल फिल्मों का जो एक यश था और जो उपलब्धियां थी वो बहुत प्रभावित हुई हैं। आज हमको शायद चयन करने में बहुत मुश्किल आती होगी, आपको भी आई है, सब को मालूम पड़ा है।
I think Rishi is the right person.
Or would you be able to pinpoint that question? It was a bit long-winded. नहीं आप उनको दीजिए।
क्या बेहतर सिनेमा का चयन धीरे धीरे मुश्किल होता जा रहा है?
बल्कि मैं तो ये कहूँगा कि थोड़ा आसान होता जा रहा है, क्योंकि वो जो हर कोई जो समझता है कि मैं फिल्म मेकर बन गया, जिस तरह मैंने कहा कि हर कोई समझता है कि मैं फोटोग्राफर बन गया, तो उनकी फिल्में जो डेडिकेटेड फिल्म मेकर्स हैं उनकी तुलना में कुछ कमतर तो ज़रूर हैं
जी। जो
यूं समझिए कि 10 साल पहले ये वर्ग कम था, तो 10 साल पहले मेरा ऐसा विचार है, 10-15 साल पहले, आप ज़्यादा बता सकते हैं, आप भी बता सकते हैं,
वही बात
कि तब शायद ज़्यादा मुश्किल पेश आती होगी। और वो कोंकणी फिल्म की बात में अगर आप इजाज़त दें तो मैं 30 सेकंड में बता दूं that to take your point further, although I'm very partial to the very sweet-sounding Konkani language from Mumbai. But look at Hindi films, the largest number of films in the country. So many entries, and yet, if I remember it right, only 2 films are being showcased in the final selection. So there is nothing against or for any language. I have debated for at least 2 Malayalam films. I can't say a sentence more than one in Malayalam, which is Jnana Samay Ho. Is that correct? Which means मैं समय हूँ.
ये आपका जो बात रही उसमें ये है कि आप नॉर्थ ईस्ट की फिल्में जो पहले कभी ये नहीं होती थी वो मुमकिन अब जो हुई है वो नॉर्थ ईस्ट की फिल्में देखिए नई टेक्नोलॉजी का एडवांटेज जो लेना है या जो मिला है वो आप पिछवाड़े के जो लैंग्वेजेस हैं जो कम जो लैंग्वेजेस का कभी नाम भी नहीं सुना ऐसी लैंग्वेज भी है तो उनके गारो वगैरह जो लैंग्वेजेस हैं उनको यहाँ काफ़ी स्पेस मिली है लेकिन जहाँ टेक्नोलॉजी की बात हो रही थी उसमें आप एक सेंटेंस अब सोच सकते हैं अभी पहले तो ये होता था कि संभाल के रोस्टॉक के बारे में सोचते थे लोग और ये चाहते कि अरे जरा इवन हम वो क्लैप भी देते थे तो कम लास्ट टेक 2 टेक 4 ये बोलते थे क्या कि रोस्टॉक बचाना पड़ता था अभी तो ये हो रहा है कि ये भी ले लो ये भी ले लो वो भी ले लो अच्छा कहीं कुछ रह गया है वहाँ लाइट नहीं अच्छा वो पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में डाल देंगे यानी आप इतने जितनी सीरियसनेस आपको फिल्म मेकिंग में होती है वो नहीं हो रही है अभी शायद ऐसे भी चलता है वाला मामला शुरू हो गया है इन फिल्मों में
दो तरह से हर एक चीज का कि आसान हो गया
Question to the documentary. Sorry.
Sir, I'm Suresh here. Sorry.
Suresh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sir, my question is to Priyadarshan, sir. From 1985, every movie of yours I have watched. I just want to check with you the 3 main parameters you give when you are in the jury for a film. So that film directors make it more suiting to it.
Yeah, it's very...
3 weightages.
The spine is screenplay, as Rishi told before. What to be done to be on paper, because that gives clarity to every technician who is working in the film. It's not only the director, cinematographer, the production designer. Everybody understands, okay, this film is about this. So the most important, the spine of a film, I can't call it the screenplay of the film. It's not even the story. The second part is only 2 things which we have to concentrate for bringing it out. One is your support for a director. There should be a strong support of a cinematographer who understands the mood of the film, because each film is a visual and audio format. So the visual part to be understood by the cinematographer, and the production designer should know what is it all about and how realistically this story, how much fantasy can be put in the story, how much realism can be put in it. That decision should be discussed with us. So these 3 parts are extremely important to, I believe, to make a good film. And the production designer.
And where selection is concerned, I'll just add 2 words. That we were less concerned with the story per se. It can be a story which I don't like, which I do not agree with. I might not agree with the opinionated storytelling, but the 2 factors were storytelling and the final indefinable cinematic experience. If I think I like to see it, then I try to extrapolate that will the audience at large want to see it, and number 3, will the global audience see that film? Will this represent my country today?
Question for the documentary, the non-feature films. Are there any new trends coming, and has the latest technology enhance the the quality of filmmaking as far as documentaries go?
I think now technology, I think we are getting a lot of advantages everywhere. Now, earlier we used to work for editing as either in Kolkata or in Chennai, Prasad or Mumbai. But nowadays, if you have a system, I make or something, everybody can edit. So this actually is giving a lot of chances to the new generation. Only thing is that that seriousness which already our seniors have told, it's not taken by the new generation. So if we, the new generation take this advantage, I think we can move ahead. In small areas like Manipur, Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, it's a good chance for each and everybody.
Yes, so we basically have new technologies and everything, and I really feel that the new generation really needs to focus on the concept, because in storytelling in short period of time, because it's a short film and short documentaries, so you have to really use time and you have to convey, you have to say everything in that short duration, and so there's a lot of work required to put it all together in a short span of time, which makes it interesting for the national and for global audience. So yes, technology helps, but at the same time you need to really concentrate on the concept and your narration part of it.
Let's make a documentary called Why Are There No Questions?
Anything on documentaries or short films, because nobody likes to talk about them. So if anybody would like to.
Not only documentary, we done non-feature.
Non-features, basically.
Mostly in jury, there's a big dispute is that all movies are not watched. A few movies only watched, so others don't deserve it. At the minimal, how much is the level of a movie you watch? Is it the full movie or is it 70, 80%?
We went through the total torture. We went through the complete torture of watching all 314 films complete.
But
see, one more thing is there, you can check it. Now it is there in the computer. You can see that all the films are run completely. That system is there with the...
I think partially we have to thank the DFF administration for it. They not only pampered us, but they made sure that we spent more time inside the theatre. जिसको हम बाद में पिंजड़ा कहते थे. That 9 o'clock we'd be there until about 7:30. And while the time was, a large span of time, somebody asked about getting bored or fatigue. I think you asked about fatigue. Yes, I don't think fatigue really set in, because before every film, in every panel, I guess, in my panel, I used to do that first try and understand the subject. We fortunately had with us someone who's fluent in English, in Malayalam, in Hindi, in Tamil, etc. So we would start with the title. We didn't know what was idam. लगता था कुछ संस्कृत का श्लोक शुरू हो रहा है. Idam tute guhyatamam gita ka. We said no, it is not idam, it's idam, and it means a place to stay, live, an abode. And explain what it was. When we would go through synopses, the DFF had given us all the 314 synopses. Each panel had to go through 75. So at the rate of about 4 to 5 films per day. And soon after the film was over, during the film, we were given lamps and we would make our notes. And soon after the film was over, quickly we would have about 5 to 10 minutes of discussion. We didn't need to take a break because all through the screening, food, tea, fruits, things were coming. So we were very happy. It was a lot of intellectual work, but I never felt any fatigue because one enjoyed this kind of intellectual exercise. You were seeing so many subjects, different viewpoints, and your viewpoint on it. So,
one more point. Sometimes we were enjoying reading synopsis of the film. You can say.
Oh, yes. I actually, personally, I requested the DFF that next time when you accept films for showing to the jury, please make sure the synopsis makes good sense. Several of them didn't. I admit English is not our language. Everybody is not fluent, but there are professional writers. There are professional translators. Don't entirely depend on the Google Translate just because it's free. अर्थ का अनर्थ हो जाता है उसमें, स्थान का अस्थान हो जाता है और स्नान का अस्नान हो जाता है.
आरती जी, आप बोल रहे थे ना डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज और उसमें बताइए what is happening nowadays? Where are things going for documentary filmmakers and short filmmakers? Is the market growing in big time? What do you feel?
Just to add to her, every year when the documentaries are shown, the documentary filmmakers they always complain that it's very tough. They had a very tough time to get finances. So, don't you think that even our government, Union government, can at least finance 25 or 30 good documentaries a year?
Yes, actually we really feel there's a need to support good filmmakers who are making documentaries in India, because more documentaries in our country, more develop the country. So it all goes in hand, and I really feel that nowadays we don't have, like before the filmmakers were limited less. Nowadays we have a lot of filmmakers, but for documentaries we still have problems when it comes to financing. We don't have platforms where we can go to, and we have to really depend upon our either self-funding or various other foundations or stuff. And then when you go to corporates for funding, CSR, I mean, documentaries are never they are always bringing out a social issue and everything, so no corporate would like to attach themselves. So funding is always a problem when it comes to documentaries in country, and we really need to put a fund in place at a national level, where at least yearly you at least make about 20-25 films, which happens in other countries, rest of the world, but it doesn't happen here that much. And you have to really have a kind of committee to greenlight these films, and I think it should be done. It's high time, and it's time that we should do it now.
Now
Yes, but they do not really.
Even a 5% or a few percent will.
Yes, but they do not really associate themselves with social causes. It has to be always positive, always, when you are trying to bring about change in the society, you have to show the society how it is. And you have to really highlight the problems, and nobody wants to talk about the problems.
Then a business development, then PR, collect your money, then go for money. What a director.
Now, I would like to add on this that when I started as a documentary filmmaker, we had two problems. Documentary filmmaker, which those two problems are still hearing. I'm hearing the same problems. One was funding. Another, in search of funding. First, documentary filmmakers' problem was that. Second was in search of audience. You can see that if there is a non-feature film section, you will definitely see a drop of audience in a theatre.
I think we really need to promote our documentary filmmakers and short filmmakers and give them platform and write about them, talk about them, celebrate them, because they really need it more than anything. Because for mainstream we have audiences, for even non-feature has kind of a audience wherein you can go somewhere and watch it. But for documentaries and short films, we really need to really develop our minds, and you really need to see stuff. Yes, open
Is
up.
there any windows for the documentary film on the national network and as well as the regional language, regional Doordarshan? Is there any
Only
windows for the national network?
Only Doordarshan has a slot or two.
Earlier
a week.
it was, but not now, I think so. Because
Well, even
Not
earlier-
now. It used to, and we had started this. That was New Horizons, but that again ran for 2 years.
Doordarshan gives us like a stepmother, nothing else. They
Yes.
can show the feature film, not for the documentary and the short film. But sometimes they can telecast. But in case of document, it's really very tough to make
It's
a film.
very tough.
You see, IDPA, the Indian Documentary Producers
Indian
Association,
Documentary Association.
they have been continually trying, and definitely with some success.
But I submitted for through IMPA because I'm the member of ITPA also. So it was, I think, 5 years or 4 years I have been waiting to telecast my documentary film Dome, who is a health reclamation center, but there's no avenues.
Well, let's not forget that
Because we-
much as we private people talk of funding through the government, how come none of the 499 other channels offer funding or even offer telecast time? So we end up merely blaming ourselves, that is, the government that we have elected. What I want to say is that funding of documentaries has been constant ever since I can remember. I've made 35 documentaries and shorts. Only one was not funded. Everything else was commissioned. I couldn't go out and put my funds. Now I dare to. Now I venture to, because now there is at least YouTube. And there are other cousins of YouTubes coming up and have come. So let's be hopeful. The unfortunate part about YouTube is that only if it's sensational will it get more hits. But we have to find a leeway, because documentary, even without being sensational, can attract viewers.
सर शॉर्ट फिल्म्स वाले बड़ी मेहनत से शॉर्ट फिल्म्स तो बना लेते हैं कई बार उन्हें अप्रूवल्स की प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, परमिशंस की होती हैं, क्योंकि अगर आपको कोई नहीं जानता तो उन्हें परमिशंस ही लोग नहीं देते कि कभी किसी हॉस्पिटल में शूट करना है या कुछ भी इस तरह की छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम्स उनको, बड़ी बल्कि प्रॉब्लम्स। लेकिन सर एक नई प्रॉब्लम शुरू ज़्यादा हो गई है कि बहुत सारे फेस्टिवल्स ऑर्गेनाइज होने लगे, जैसे नेशनल के लिए या ईफी के लिए तो हम जानते हैं कि बहुत ही बड़ी बात है अगर यहाँ फिल्म सेलेक्ट हो जाए, शायद जीवन संवर जाए वाली बात है। लेकिन कुछ इतने सारे फेस्टिवल्स आप आज देख सकते हैं फ्री वे पर या ऑनलाइन, वो लोग इतना ज़्यादा पैसा मांगते हैं अपनी फिल्म को सबमिट करने के लिए, 4-4 हज़ार रुपये, 5-5 हज़ार रुपये एक सबमिशन के लिए। मतलब एक फंड उस शॉर्ट फिल्म मेकर को या डॉक्यूमेंट्री मेकर को अलग से रखना पड़ता है कि मैं 40-50 हज़ार रुपये अपनी फिल्म जो शायद वो इफ़ी या नेशनल जैसी रिप्यूटेड जगह पर नहीं सबमिट कर पाया या सबमिट की उसे अवार्ड नहीं मिला, बट वो चाहता है अपनी फिल्म को और भी आगे दिखाना। सर कई बार वो लोग क्या करते हैं, फिल्म ले लेते हैं, उसके बाद फेस्टिवल्स भी नहीं होते और वो कहते हैं कि आपने कितनी सहजता से और क्लियरली बोला कि आपने सारी फिल्में देखी, मोर देन 300, बहुत ही बड़ी बात है। लेकिन वो लोग तो सर हमारी फिल्म्स भी नहीं देखते, चार्ज भी कर लेते हैं, फेस्टिवल भी ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं होता कई बार, और वो बच्चे जो आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं वो वहीं रुक जाते हैं कि एक फिल्म पर इतना पैसा भी लगाया, फिर सबमिशंस में भी उनके साथ इतना गड़बड़ हुई। क्या इसको भी सर किसी तरह रोका जा सकता है? उन फेस्टिवल्स की कोई इस तरह की छानबीन हो सकती है, या अगर हम लोग कंप्लेंट्स डालें तो उन्हें रोका जा सके कि हाँ वो इस तरह से बच्चों के साथ खेल ना करें एटलीस्ट?
आप तो फिल्मों की बात कर रहे हैं, यहाँ तो बिल्डर्स पैसे लेके बिल्ड नहीं करते, उनको क्या कर सकते। देखिए जहाँ गांव है वहाँ तो कूड़ा तो होगा। सो the law machinery takes its own course, and we don't even go and complain, unfortunately. So
सर कोई एक ऐसा
No, the best way to do it, I believe, please don't encourage them.
Yeah, exactly, sir.
You have to, because today social media is so strong. when you have a bad experience such
Yes,
things, you have to spread it to others. Say that do not encourage such people.
Yes, sir, I do agree. But
That
sir,
is the best way to solve it. Otherwise, our ambition actually makes us lose a lot.